Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are racing on Autopolis. I do apologise, I have meant to be having this video out a few days ago, and to be honest, I've been that busy with work and busy with other things. But here we are, I've got stacked up videos now, so they'll be coming. We are using the NSX, the Concept GT. I found this track. I actually quite like the track, if I'm honest. The thing with this track is, though, one smash and you're off, and it's kind of like catch up. As you can see, I just got nailed into the corner, spinning off, can't get the grip, puts me into 16th. But this is what this was like, you know. It was just back to back, people being knocked off, people knocking me off. But yeah, I do like the track. I absolutely love the car. I think it's an awesome car. I was really loving racing around this track with this car. But I just thought I'd throw up a couple of races and while we just chat about what I've got coming up, etc. So on the channel, as of today, I'm at 33 subscribers, so thank you everyone that's got me to 33. My goal is still 50, so if there's 17 of you out there that are watching this that think I like it, then please hit that like and subscribe. Coming up, I have a Dodge Viper livery. I have the races in the Viper on Daytona. I also have the races coming up from Red Bull Ring, which is the week that is currently on while I'm recording this. I did say in my last livery video that I wanted to make my liveries a lot cleaner and stuff, and I have done that. So the Red Bull Ring, I've been racing in the Genesis. I did try the Atenza Mazda, and to be honest, it felt quite heavy, quite, you know, a bit sluggish, so I was using the Genesis. I'm not a fan of the Genesis, but to be fair, I've had some alright races in it. That is another track though where you just get absolutely pelted off, so it's not the greatest, but I've got that coming up, and I've got a couple of liveries that I've done that I've made more cleaner, less cluttered, but I still think works. I will give a shout out to Aussie Pug. I'll give him a shout out here, but when I do the livery, I'm going to actually give a proper shout out. But he commented on my last livery video and was like, you know, there's tips and tricks, watch my videos, etc. Which I did, and it did help. And I feel like now I'm doing cleaner liveries, which you'll see. So I've done the McLaren. I've also redone the Lamborghini Huracan because I didn't like that livery that I did on that anyway. So I just thought it's easier for me to just do a car that I've already done. I haven't used the McLaren for anything. I haven't used the Lambo for anything recent. And I got the Audi R8 LMS, I think it is. I won that in one of the raffles, so I did a livery for that yesterday. So I've currently got 3 liveries, which I'm very happy with and I think are a lot cleaner, so they will all be coming soon. As well as whatever the next week's races will be, because today is Saturday as I'm recording this. So it's coming towards the end of the Red Bull Ring week. I have noticed that Manufacturers' Cup is on now. I'm not too sure what I'm doing on it because I've never done it before, but I might give it a go, I might not. I've also got the Super License stuff. I've got, I think, 3, maybe 4 more videos of that, of how I got gold on them, like the guides I've been doing. But yeah, other than that, it's going to be back to liveries, racing, etc. Now, I have had a little move round in here, and I've got my tally now, so it's directly in front of me. So I've had to move my PlayStation camera and sort of bunch of stuff out, but I am at a point now where I think I'm ready to go live again. So hopefully I will be getting a live up and running soon. I don't know what it'll be on. I might do it on some just every everyday races, some of the cafe stuff to get some of the cars and stuff. I might do it online. I might even do it when I join one of the guys' lobbies. So check out Rachel's GT Racing and Rich GT. They will help. They hold these lobbies. It's clean racing only, guys. So I'm thinking about doing a couple of these lobbies myself. But I think for now I might stick with doing one of their lobbies and videoing that. And then the other thing, really, which we touched on before, is not tomorrow, but next week is the championship through BW Motorsport, where I'm racing the BMW M6 that I did the livery for me and my teammate. That is next Sunday at 6 o'clock. Now, I'm not sure whether I'm going to live stream that or I'm going to just record it, because I might record the first one. I was hoping to do a few videos of like thrashing around Monza and stuff. I just haven't had the time. But yeah, they are all coming, guys. Please stay strapped in, because I know I haven't uploaded since I think Monday, Tuesday. I have got the content there. It's just with work, the kids, everything. It's been mental. So yeah, to the 33 that have subscribed, thank you very much. If you're watching this and you're new, please hit that like and subscribe. Hit that notification button as well, because it does tell you when I go live and also when my videos are up. But back to the racing. So Autopolis, well, as I say, I do like the track. I think it can be very chaotic, which it's one of them. My main goal has been to stay in DRC and sort of grow towards DRB, which I can tell you now, I've done the Red Bull Ring videos and I'm a slight bit off. They did chuck a couple of B drivers into my game on the Red Bull Ring the other day, which sort of indicates that I'm close to B, but I'm not quite there yet. So I am still growing on the DR, I am learning, but one of the biggest changes I think I've made is I have started to use a different view. So as you know, I usually use this view, the cockpit internal view, and going around Red Bull, I've kind of realised that I really need to use a different one, because as you can see from the screen, my view's quite restricted. I can't see the mirrors. I know I've got a little camera there showing me behind me, but it does nothing really. So I've tested a view. I don't really know what the views are called, but I've tested a view where, yeah, that did catch me out, by the way. And this happened. Put me back on the track, not in the pit. So I have got to pit on the next lap. So, yeah, amazing. Where was I? But yeah, anyway, I'm using the internal view sort of with the clocks, but from the front of the car, if you get what I mean. I'm not using the one where you can see a bit of the bonnet. I did try that, but I feel like the camera is like on the roof of the car, and I feel like it's too high up. Lessons learned there. So yeah, I've been using the ones with the clocks, and I'll be honest with you, I have been pelting around Red Bull, and being in that view has actually made me at least a second faster around, which might not sound a lot, but in that race it is like one in my lobby. It's like someone's got 139 003, the next got like 039 004. It's that close. So I did get a 138 yesterday, which I was really happy with. I joined the lobby and I was still starting in 10th, so it just shows, there's a lot to be learned. But I do think that swapping the view has helped. It's just getting used to it now, because I've only ever driven either with the car in front of me like an external view, or this cockpit view. So I'm still getting used to it, but I do think it's faster. So I will be sticking with that for now. Whether I'll stick with it full stop, I don't know. But ideally, when I do actually get a bigger room and I get some, steering wheel and proper sim set up, I will be probably looking then at using the new view that I'm using with the wheel, because it'll be more like driving, rather than having a wheel here and a wheel on my screen. So yeah, that's another big change that I've had. So I've got plenty coming, guys. As I say, I'm sorry for rambling, but I have a lot coming. I have a lot that I just need to do editing on. I have a couple of videos that are ready to go once I've put the voiceover on. So yeah, please stay tuned. Please hit that like and subscribe. As I say, I did find this race quite hit and miss. Some of them you kind of go and you're away, and others you just get smashed all over the place. And it isn't just me, you know, it's not just me. I did cause a couple of the bumps because of people hard braking or cutting across instead of giving me room. You know, they're sort of banging into me rather than actually sticking to their line. But I did feel in this that, you know, if you aren't at the front of the pack, you kind of where you are and you're going to get smashed off. I have seen a few races on this and on the Red Bull Ring where people are just coming from the back, not braking at the bends. They're just literally ploughing cars off. Little touch there, look, and I'm span. And then I've now got to try and get the grip to get back on the road. So yeah, it happens. I know it happens, and you have to take it in your stride. It is annoying. It's even more annoying, like on Red Bull, where you get someone who's in like last place who just comes flying up the first straight, and as everyone's turning into the right-hand corner, he just ploughs like 4 cars off. You know, I just don't see the point. I'll be honest, I don't see the point in trying to get yourself into a decent DR and then doing things like that. And then a lot of them quit straight after again. I don't know. So here we are now on this race in lap 2, and we are heading into the pits actually. So we had to pit in this one, but there was no swapping tyres. You just used the racing softs. I swapped tyres. I mean, you didn't have to use like a different tyre, so you didn't have to go from soft to medium or, you know, vice versa. So it's just racing softs, but you had to pit. Started getting into the groove around here a little bit. I started feeling, you know, because I have the adaptive triggers on full and I have the feedback on full on the stick. I don't have stick extenders or nothing like that. I've got basically a PlayStation 5 pad. That's what I use. No mods, no nothing. P9 there. Starting in P8 on this one. But I'm still using limited everything. I'm using ABS, that's literally it. I'm still doing manual gearing, which is weird when you swap cars. I went into the Genesis and I was like, Christ, I don't know when I'm supposed to... I don't know when I'm supposed to change gear, you know, the revs and everything. I have watched videos where people show you what rev you can get it up in the measurement thing, the details of how high the car will rev and stuff, but I haven't figured it out yet. So I kind of just watched somebody else's video and then I'm like, oh, he changes gear there, that'll do me. I have been also putting the Ghost on when I've been doing the qualifying times and the practices. I've been putting a fast car on, someone who's like in the top 10, who's using the same car as I am, and I've sort of been going through their line. I've been sort of trying to follow them through. I'm nowhere near them, by the way. I think the closest I've got, their top 10, I think the closest I've got down to is like 5,000th in the world. But again, I keep watching videos, I keep seeing that people are saying like controller doesn't have see what I mean? He had just gone, man. I think he was going to use me as a brake, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I've been watching videos and everyone's like, you know, wheels are better and wheels are this and that and the other. And then I watch people like Kelster, and it's like the guy uses a PS5 controller. If you don't know, go and watch Kelster. He's like literally the world's fastest PS5 controller player. He's very good and he explains how he does stuff as well. So I just kind of think, you know, is it that or is it me? You know, I just need to get used to the controller, the buttons. The hardest thing is learning how to do trail braking. I find that quite difficult with the controller. I feel like I would master that better on the pedals rather than on the controller. But it's what I have. It's, you know, it's what I'm using at the minute. So I'm not moaning. I'm happy. I'm just, you know, I want the channel to grow, and if the channel grows, that's when I look at a bigger space. You know, that's when I look at a sim rig. And I am going to be putting other games on. I mean, this is my main game. I've been absolutely loving playing this, but I feel like I need to play maybe some other things as well, just to sort of take a break from GT. Not for a while. I do like the Tony Hawk's games, so I do like blasting a couple of levels on them now and again. But I will be pumping out GT7 content regardless. I am waiting for ATS and ETS truck sims. They should be coming to PlayStation. There's no official date yet. It's just like an announced thing on the PlayStation Store. And I've also been looking at Rennsport and Project Motorsport, and I haven't really seen I haven't looked a lot for Project Motorsport, if I'm honest, but from what I've seen of Rennsport, I mean, how did I get a 4-second penalty from that? He hit me. What was I saying? Yeah, so what I've seen of Rennsport, it's got a handful of tracks. I think there's only about 14 cars, and I don't know. I don't know whether I'm going to get it and give it a bash. I'm not sure. At the minute, I think I'm going to stick to GT7 and wait for the truck sim games. And I also like stuff like Farm Together, Farm Sim. I might do a couple of videos on them because I do enjoy them. They're more calming. But time will tell. For now, we are smashing GT7. Like everyone, waiting for a GT8 announcement. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? I mean, I know we're getting the Spec 3 update, which is free. I think it's got a track, it's got cars, it's got a few bits and bobs that's coming. And I did read, I don't know how true this is, but I did read that they're trying to iron out some of the penalty system. So, you know how like you can get a 5-second penalty as the maximum, and then, you know, you might get a 1 second and so on. That's how it goes up. I think because, especially like I've just had on the Red Bull Ring, you get knocked off on the Red Bull Ring, and yes, they might get like a 3 or 4 second penalty, maybe a 5 at best. But by the time I've actually got back on the track and got round, he's done his penalty, and it only really benefits the person behind him. It doesn't benefit me in any way. So yeah, I don't know whether that's true. I don't know whether that'll happen. But we're waiting for the Spec 3, which will be nice. And hopefully a GT8 announcement would be absolutely lovely. And if they could actually give us some better cars, not better cars, but, you know, where's the M4? You know, there's cars that are missing. So that's the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry that I've rambled on. I wanted you to know where I've been and what I've been doing and what I've got coming. Please hit that like and subscribe, and thank you so much to the 33 that have subscribed. Until the next one, guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye.